Hey, hi, how are you? My name is Felt. Welcome back to some Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we are playing some Bant Control. Now, full disclosure, this isn't my deck list, and there's only one change from the standard version of this deck list. The original version of the deck list has 4 copies of Laydown Arms and no Chrome Host Seed Sharks on the main board. I personally thought the deck needed just a little bit more in the threats department, so I mainboarded in 1 Chrome Host Seed Shark. Technically speaking, you might be able to get away with putting in a second and getting rid of another Laydown Arms. While the Sun Falls and Leyline Bindings and Syncopates and Marches, you have a pretty easy time taking care of threats. This is also a best of 3 list, so please be careful if you're just going to import and mass craft. There is a bunch of extra rares over here in the sideboard that you should possibly be careful of. Of the gameplay that follows, a lot of it is just being taken straight from my live stream. It's something I'm doing to see if I can't get out more videos a week. Just trying to rip down games from my live stream that are high quality for the most part, but my live stream is a little more relaxed than my videos are. So expect just a little bit more banter, a little bit more silliness, a little bit trying to be entertaining. And hey, if you want to catch stuff like that live, I stream most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, twitch.tv/Falcon0955. But without any more ado, let's hop right into some gameplay. We're going first. We can play Laydown Arms on up to a 2-drop. That's nice. That's always good. I do kind of wonder about the Laydown Arms. I think it's just one of those Laydown Arms is just good exile removal, and it's cheap exile removal. Blue-black. Let's play this to try and make them flash in their Fairy Mastermind that they're obviously holding up. No? Oh, it was a Fairy Vandal. I bet they're fairies. Props to them if they're fairies. No, they're just boring. That's just a Gix. Unfortunately, we can't really play into what they do. I don't know why they're playing blue-black other than to get access to fairies, I guess. Maybe for Shieldred access? Maybe they just really, really want counterspells? I don't know, we'll find out, right? That resolved, aight.
I'm home.
My opponent just dumped an Otawara to get their Gix back in their hand. Aight, bet. We get to draw a card, exile their things. That is important. Their whatchamacallit. Their Dream Thief could have drawn them a card, which would have been annoying. Not the end of the world, but annoying. If we draw another land, our Laydown Arms looks much better because we can take out their Gix. Otherwise, we're feeling pretty okay here. You don't have anything in your graveyard. That's confusing. Oh, that was all just to play Ego Drain? I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a hard misplay because they could have Ego Drained, exiled something, played the Forager, and Ego Drained a second time to take 2 cards away from me. I think that's just a hard misplay on their part. Card advantage is insane in Magic. Oh yeah. Yeah, I drew the planes. They know I have the Emperor. I don't care that they know that I have the Emperor. If they really spend their entire turn going to get something that I can just counterspell, that's very adorable. Because then they have to cast it still. You still have to cast the spell. I get to choose what you're taking, and I choose you're taking my counterspell. Also drew an Aganjo. Pretty good into Gix. Still have the Wandering Emperor as backup. Feeling pretty good. That's great, opponent. You want to swing? Let's go ahead and draw a card. And opponent scoops, because this deck is really, really good. We're going first. We got the Chrome Host Sea Shark. The change we made to the deck is showing up. This hand's okay. We can't really exile anything for March, but I'm not, like, mad about it. My opponent is at least blue-white, possibly Esper. Esper midrange and Esper control do be running rampant at the moment. No, it's just 5-color. That's how you know. Let's try and resolve the Seed Shark. Opponent is playing Invasion of Zendikar. They do get lands from that. That is nice for them. They did have to sack their briefcase, so that's not great for them. They do have all their colors now, but we have a negate. And a leyline binding to help. I don't know what type of ramp they are yet, so I'm just waiting. If they're not going to play anything, we're going to play our leyline binding, get our 2 triggers. And then take out the token, because this way they won't get any value from removing my binding, but it does slow them down. I wonder what it's like to draw lands in my 27 land deck. That'd be crazy. Could you imagine drawing lands in your 27 land deck? I couldn't. On the plus side, we do have March, able to exile some stuff for pretty cheap. Atraxa? I'm just expecting Atraxa here. Archangel of Wrath. We're absolutely exiling 2 Wandering Emperors to this. We get to draw a card. We get a 5/5. We're now going to flip this into a 6/6. They gain 2 life, but now we have a 6/6 swinging at them. We have hit another land drop. Unfortunately, if they draw or play Atraxa here, we're probably in trouble. We might be able to fake them out with a Wandering Emperor. Let's go ahead and flip our other thing. We have them on a pretty short clock. Like, they die on this next turn unless they have a way to deal with everything I got here. And we have 2 counter spells to back myself up right now. Nope. No Sunfall for you, sir. I am now targeting the original Sunfall with my Make Disappear. You can negate my negate if you want to, but your Sunfall's gone and you're dead. The Shark making plays! Alright, I'm really happy about that Shark conclusion. Shark actually kind of saved the day making these big old tokens. I'm proud of you, Sharky boy. You did great. This hand looks okay. We have 2 laydown arms, playing into what appears to be mana red. All these laydown arms makes me happy into mono red. It's a bit slow, but it should work. Laydown arms should keep me alive for a little bit. Oh shoot, I should have played Spara's Headquarters. Honestly, if my opponent is just playing raw burn, that doesn't bother me. Oh wait, they're Boros. Let's just go ahead and play off the Beanstalk. There's no reason not to. So my opponent has played a play with fire and 2 lightning strikes, and 2 play with fires and 2 lightning strikes. Wow, I am half dead, and my opponent hasn't actually played the game of Magic. Boros or Naya? Boros. There's no longer a question mark on that statement. It's the Boros deck. I recognize it. We need to hold up Syncopate right now to make sure we don't, like, immediately die to the Heart Flame Duelist. But at the same time, he doesn't kill us, so we shouldn't do anything about him. And we have Laydown Arms. That is unfortunately our only counterspell. Let's play Sunfall to try and draw some cards more than anything. Big plus side, they're halfway done with burn spells. Big downside, they also run Heartflame Duelist. And Light Up the Night, apparently. You know what? It's fine. I know exactly what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start Laydown Armsing my own stuff. Holy cow, man. Yeah, I'm going to start Laydown Armsing my own stuff so I don't immediately die. I have literally no other options right now. I have to gain life back. My opponent will kill me if I don't. Why would they not just play Sulfim? Anyways. I'm gonna gain more life! Now we can hold up Otawara and the ability to make a thing. And a Ganjo, apparently. Nice. Dissipate. Fantastic stuff. I bet they're trying to amp up a really big Light Up the Night. Or something similar. So just having Dissipate in hand now means I no longer have to worry. I will be able to hard counter something, and I'm back up to 11 life, so I should be okay. Looks like my opponent is now whiffing super hard after the early game. And they're in trouble. They're already up to 6 poison. They're straight up dead on this next turn if they don't stop me. Good game? Sheesh. People still say that, right? People still say sheesh? Yeah, we're keeping it anyways. Back up to plat 2. Nice. Number 1, I bought new magic cards. They're in the mail. Technically, asterisk. I ordered them. They haven't actually told me they shipped yet, but they're quote-unquote in the mail. This hand is ass. Wow. Alright. This hand is much better. Drop one of the beanstalks. I don't think any of them are actually shiny. And, man, I had a really hard time ordering some of these. Did you know that, like, it's apparently a pain in the ass to find a copy of fucking Lightning Axe? Like, I was trying my best to find a copy of Lightning Axe that would just, like, ship with my order. And I couldn't do it. I physically could not find a copy of Lightning Axe that would not force me to get it shipped in a second package for an extra $1. I need 1 copy of Lightning Axe. 1 copy. Uncopio. I mean, that's not the only thing I did. Shocklands are at like an all-time low. Not literally. Shocklands were like under $14 though, which I was like, oh shit, I'm grabbing some. So I bought my last 2 Steam Vents that I needed. So I actually went to a card shop the other day and bought 2 Steam Vents because that's all they had on hand. And then my last 2 Spire Bluff Canals. Ha! Joke's on you, opponent! I had a Leyline Binding. Should I have waited to play that? Maybe. Shotguns would be nice to pick up with the new Ravnica drops. It's a possibility. I'm personally I'm personally just kind of like generally torn on that. Oh, nice. Thanks, opponent. I can go get another one of these now. I'm like a tiny bit torn on that because like sometimes it makes the prices spike and then drop. I saw the fact that they were like less than okay, opponent, that's a choice. I saw that they were less than like $13 And I was like, fuck it, I am purchasing some. This is the lowest I have personally ever seen Shocklands. They're going into my possession. Oh, okay. Y'all ready for this? Unfortunately, I think I have to draw 2 lands off of this here. Yeah, I have to draw 2 off of this anyway, so I may as well just do this now. Either reprint Shocklands or turn to Ravnica. Or something. Or it's Return to Ravnica Part 3. Electric Boogaloo. Or some such bullshit. I don't fucking know, man. They are absolutely being reprinted, though. If they try and play a Shieldred, we get to make it disappear. It's very cool. Unfortunately, I did show my hand there, so they're probably going to be more, No. No, you don't draw cards, opponent. I draw cards. That's my deck. You know draw cardo. Unfortunately, we do have to make a token here to make Disappear be any good. Really? Man, they desperately want to draw cards over there. I know, you know what, I get it. It's fine. Like, the double up the beanstalk, everyone's gonna be envious. This is such a crazy amount of card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Are they gonna play a Shieldred now? Because that'd be kind of funny, because we can... Now it's just a Scrap Gorge, right? Bet. Now they're gonna play a Shieldred to try and be mana efficient and then realize their mistake. I guess they're gonna try and play a Skyfisher Spider, but either way it's a mistake. Now I flash in a whale! If they don't block, I'm just going to Sunfall to draw 2 new cards because I'm addicted to my card draw. I guess technically speaking that's not the right play, but I don't give a fuck. I literally do not give a fuck. I have no fucks to give. My fucks have run dry. They're gone. They're outie. We have already taken out 2 of their Shieldreds, to be fair, so... Doesn't bother me at all. We still have a backup Sunfall in the back pocket. I really only care if they hit another Shieldred, to be perfectly honest with you. Which is why I'm kind of digging. We could go for it. Why not? Oh wait, no, I did it a step too late. Honestly, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I wasn't gonna do anything anyways. I may as well just spend my mana on my turn to fuck with my opponent. I think we're flashing Wandering Emperor to try and bait out a Shieldred's Edict, right? Or bait out a Cut Down.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Strike fast and
Not taking the bait, huh? That's fine. If they block, I have no reason to Sunfall. Okay. Good talk, opponent.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
That does say another permanent. Very important line of text. Skyfisher Spider says another permanent. Or another creature? Yeah, it's another creature, and then it's destroyed an online permanent. It's a cool card, but like, I don't think it's that good. Anyways, I'm going to draw 2 cards now. Thanks. Nice. Better.
Guards, to me.
Could I have bound away their Phyrexian Arena? Yes, but it would be much funnier to just not. We have enough planes for laydown arms, I don't care. Does it put their life total up by 3? Yes. I really do not care in the slightest there. All they have is 3 green mana now. What's the best they're gonna do? They do get some life, you know, that's fine. Get to draw 2 more cards, though. That's pretty sick, huh? I'm just trying to refill my hand and maybe... There it is! Finally! God, I've been looking for that Dissipate. There's only one in the deck, so it is a bit of a drag to go and find it, but still. That was to get, like, the red cards in my hand, as well as just stop them from drawing more cards. So now I'm just ready for a Shieldred. Which I think is really the only thing that scares me anymore. We're at 10 life, and we get forced to draw 2 cards per, like, ley line. Oh, is my opponent salty roping? Damn. But no, I'm really considering it at the moment. Because I really like Eldraine as a set. It's a really cool set. However, that is a really big purchase. The new one, Magma. The new one. I also really like the bonus stuff that's been printed into it. I do need to make sure I, like, quintuple check myself. Now wait for dinos, but see, I don't like dinos as much in card form. On average, most dinos are like stompy cards. Do I look like a stompy card player? Metaphorically speaking, of course, y'all don't see my face. Spoiler alert, I don't look like a stompy card player. I absolutely look like a control player. It's factual. It's actual factual. I feel like Mono Red just straight up needs to have Monastery Swiftspear banned at this point, because if Monastery Swiftspear gets banned, Mono Red kind of falls in line. I wish that was a joke. The rest of Mono Red isn't really as threatening without Monastery Swiftspear existing in the deck. A 1-drop that's a 1/2 with haste and prowess is it's pretty good. Did you know that? It's pretty good. I honestly wonder how Mono Red would fare without Monastery Swiftspear, because I don't think there is a single variant of Mono Red that doesn't run Swiftspear. Because it's just that good, and you run that many burn spells. I'm gonna go check out a curiosity now. Let's check on a couple of different sites, shall we? Let's go look at Aether Hub and, like, Goldfish. Yep, 4 Monastery Swiftspears. Yep, 4 Monastery Swiftspears. This is a different version. Yep, 4 Monastery Swiftspears. What have I done? What have I done to deserve such reckless hate? Just ban it specifically for Mono Red. Lamau. But no, like, I legitimately think this card is kind of a problem. It makes Mono Red so much faster than it would be otherwise. Like, I don't even know if Feldon's really a problem, you know? Like, Feldon's great and all, but he's pretty easy to get rid of. He's at worst a 3/3, and that's with a Kumano faces Kakazan, but that means their first 2 turns wasn't really doing anything. And even if you give them card advantage by, like, Elspeth smiting it, it doesn't really get much bigger than a 3/3 ever. Is my opponent okay? There they go, they're here now. Just gonna go ahead and do that to make sure that I have proper mana held up. I really hope I get one more untapped white source. Can I just, like, draw one more plains? That'd be cool. I do have my horn-locked whale to help me out. Play squee. Play squee, come on. Play squee. Play squee. Ugh. Like, I don't honestly think Kumano is that big of a problem overall. I think it's more of just like Kumano into Swift Spear plus then play with firing. I don't know what that card is or why you're playing it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and counterspell it. Thanks. My shark! We stand a chance now. A 2/4 is a pretty big booty. Look at that. Look at that booty. Why the fuck is Mono Red running Mirix? Whatever. I don't care. Can I please? For the love of God, can I please like draw a fucking land? And can my opponent also like play faster than a dying walrus? That'd be great. Are they okay? Do they just want to like show off what they're doing? Okay. So I'm just gonna like yeet your Kumano back onto your deck. Enjoy. What's up, Dragon? Also, another card that got printed in this set that I'm just like, did Mono Red really need that? I take 1 damage from that, but it's not really a big deal. Can I draw a land? Literally, just like 1 fucking land. What is happening? I am 12 cards deep with 3 lands. Those odds are freaking ridiculous. Alright, if my opponent is just doing that, we'll just flip our thing. It finally happened. We got a land. Oh my god. Yes. Thank you. Fuck me, man. Swift Spear, sure. Don't really care. A land or a beanstalk into a land? A land, so I can play the Wandering Emperor. Gee, I wonder if they have a spell. Anyways. At the land draw stream? Yeah.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Technically speaking, we could make a token, but like it's not really that important. I did get flooded a couple of matches ago. Is my opponent now just gonna blow this guy up? That was cute. Anyways.
I am almost sad.
They also didn't declare that as an attacker. This is a 5 mana leyline binding. Holy shit. I am so supremely unlucky right now. Are they really play with firing my token? That's hilarious. Are they about to monstrous rage pre-combat? That's funny. I think my opponent needs help in figuring out how to play Magic. They seem to think that Mono Red is just duvet.
Then guide it like this is what you get for hurting my people. Remember your training.
Alright. She has 2 loyalty. We have a counterspell. We got a chance. Unfortunately, we can't really tap out. We're kind of screwed. I will absolutely exile Sunfall to March to make sure that we can play stuff properly, so to speak. Okay, bye. Don't know what that was about. Oh no, they have a Chandra avatar. They might be playing Mono Red. Oh, it's fine. We actually have lands this time. This isn't Aspara's headquarters. This isn't Aspara's headquarters. This isn't Aspara's headquarters. You have to play the Yavimaya if you want access to blue mana. Okay, cool. I got over that little hump. We're good. Oh my god, is that a Thalia, Guardian of Thraben that is now countered it in exile? Brazy. How do they always do it? How do they always have Thalia into Adeline? Like, I just want to know, man. Like, I don't know how they always have it. It's like, without fail, they always have it. Intrepid Adversary, we can counter that. We can pay the 1, so that way we can make Adeline, be force replayed. Only take 1 damage instead of 3. If they try and just re-slam her, we have Dissipate. And if they don't try and re-slam her, we have a Wandering Emperor. No. Pay for effort, though. I will play Whale. Whale, whale, whale. What have we here? It's a whale. Listen, it's October, it's spooky season, it's Nightmare Before Christmas time. Is my opponent mad that they're missing land drops? Oh, they're just going for it, huh? Darn, my brain was stuck in one of 2 ways. The best top deck there, I think, would have been a, would have actually been a, oh, what's the name of the card? I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie, my brain is blanking right now. It's half of what the deck is built around. Up the Beanstalk! That's the name. Yeah, I think an Up the Beanstalk there might have been the best possible card for me to draw. I mean, you can attack opponent, it just seems a little silly if you ask me. Let's go ahead and start making a wider board state. Take away their adversary from them. Darn. I'd kill for an Up the Beanstalk right now. Brutal Cathar? No! My horn-locked whale! Anyways. Oh yeah, get my whale back. Now we go on the aggression, because we actually have first strike. They have another Brutal Cathar. That's hilarious. Yeah, just, you know, just don't miss, chat. Speaking of not missing, I have another whale. Is my opponent going to start double blocking? Because that's really not the play. I have a planeswalker who's making my stuff for me. You're just random creatures. Now, could the Brutal Cathar flip back here in a second? Yes. But my opponent just gave up because they're a little baby who's afraid of some whales. GG's. And that was the gameplay. I'm going to do something a little different in this outro here. I'm going to actually break down the deck a little bit into its finer pieces. Just because I recorded all the gameplay last night on my live stream, and so this is like the next morning I've had time to sleep and think about the deck a bit more. Number 1, Up the Beanstalk is amazing card draw, but it being your only source of card draw in the deck at all means that if you're missing your Up the Beanstalks, you will have a rough time. That's why in a lot of other control decks that I run, I like to run Quick Study and Memory Deluge. So I have 2 forms of card draw. And you might be like, but you have Broker's Charm too. Yeah, but there's only 5 cards that draw cards, so you might want to potentially include Memory Deluge on the main board. But that is down to personal preference. I think that the deck works pretty well as long as you can hit your Up the Beanstalks eventually, because honestly, if you can get multiple of these down and you're using your Ley Lines and Syncopades and Marches, you might accidentally deck yourself. Speaking of decking yourself, Mill is a bit of a matchup that is volatile for this deck because you are a control deck that only runs a handful of counterspells. and 1 dissipate, 1 negate, 2 make disappears, and then your 3 syncopates. And you might be like, well, that's still a lot of counter spells. Yes, but for the mill matchup, they typically have Tressarian Mindbreaker and Jace, and they've recently started running the blue card that doubles a triggered ability to mill you for even more. This deck can win into mill. I had a really successful game against a mill deck while recording. I don't believe it's going to make it into this because I got unbelievably salty because they wouldn't actually play the game. They just kept looking through my graveyard, which, like, I get it, you're playing mill, it's fun, but, like, could you please play the game? Anyways, you can absolutely beat it. You just need to be incredibly careful and patient with your counter spells. You need to make sure you're countering their Jaces and using this negate very well. And you need to make sure that you will Leyline Bind or March their Mindbreaker before it has a chance to attack. So you typically need to make sure you're entering full control mode before you even get to combat, just to make sure that you have things work out in your favor. Into aggro, overall you have an okay matchup, but you might want to be mulliganing aggressively, especially in a best of 3. Absolutely mulligan aggressively until you either have Laydown Arms, March, the Whale, or the Binding, or potentially multiple of each with only a couple of tapped lands. I will say this is your reminder, if you don't really quite get why Leyline Binding is so good with a mana base like this, if you hit Rafine's Tower and Jetmir's Garden, in your opening hand with a Leyline Binding, that means on turn 2 you can play Leyline Binding even though you only have 1 land open for mana tapping, because this is Plains, Island, Swamp, and this is Mountain, Forest, Plains. That is all 5 of your land types. Leyline Binding will be 1 white mana. It's really nice. Well, that'll be it for the video. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that cool stuff, and I hope to catch you in the next one.